All right, thanks for coming into another video. This is the first video of the new year, meaning it's supposed to be the first one coming out this 2025. For my personal life, just taking a break from YouTube, it's not. Anyways, that being said, in the year 2025, what is going on with Pearl, the C6 Corvette? What am I doing with it? Where am I going? What's going on? So that's pretty much what this video is. So if you are looking for action, this is not what this video is going to be. It's more of the planning and the thought process on why I'm doing certain things and going from there. Anyways, first thing that's happening is set of new wheels. So I currently have the Apex SM10 and 18 by 11, and realistically, I want a second set for rain, for issues. If there happens to be an issue, I can do something now. So, didn't want to go with anything crazy. This effectively would be a street or a rain wheel or just a spare. It's about 10 pounds per wheel heavier than the Apex wheels, and it's also an 18 by 10 and a half. So probably will only run 295s on this instead of 315s. But nonetheless, it gives me some options on what I'm going to be doing with the car. That being said, these are, trying to find where the actual load rating is. So they still have like 1,520 pound load rating. So there's still plenty up to the task. There is no knurling on the beads like the Apex have. Again, probably not that big of a deal, but nonetheless, it's like a ZR1 style wheel. So yeah, I'll be having these on my old Nankang CRSs, which are off the side into the corner over there. So I'll get some TPMS valve stems for this tire, and then I'll go ahead and get them mounted. All right, so the wheels are, call it the January side of things. Hopefully I'll end up getting them mounted by the end of the month. If not, it's not really a big deal right now. But going into the month of February, and what's going on in February? So as you've seen on one of the previous videos, introduced Opel, the F350 trimmer. And in the next couple of years, that immediate use is going to be going to and from the track. In a couple of years after that, it'll be more on home stuff, and then we'll be likely moving away from suburbia to a place where a whole bunch more land, and we'll find uses for the truck. But anyways, February is going to be getting the trailer. So I ordered a 24-foot enclosed from, I think, Southeast Cargo down in Georgia, and decided to go ahead and order a new trailer instead of trying to get something that was close and then retrofit it to have the things that I want. I still will have a number of projects on the trailer that I'm going to do to make it mine or whatever else. But the main things would be just painting the inside walls, getting some additional lights in there. I'm not going to do E-Track, or at least not yet going to do E-Track. I'm just going to use the factory D-rings on the floor. But yeah, so that's be the month of February. Then getting ourselves into March. First thing we're going to be doing in March with the car is March Madness out of EIR. So that's middle of March, I think like the 14th or so. So that'll be the first weekend that the car is back on track, and I'm hoping to be able to have a coach join me. Not just an instructor, but someone who's there, and its purpose of being there is to ride along, go through data, coach me, tell me where I'm actually not following the instructions, and hopefully pick up some speed and pick up some confidence in realizing what the car can and cannot do when driven properly. I'm not sure the month of April. I know I'm not going to be driving anywhere, but I would like to go down to CMP for Grid Life. Got a couple of friends that are going to be there driving. Love to be able to go and support them, but I don't know if personal travel is going to end up allowing me to do so. Getting ourselves into May, that's going to be Hyperfest at VIR, and despite me not liking big crowds, I am going to go to Hyperfest. I am going to take the car, and we're going to try to figure things out with a whole bunch more people on track. Still be in HPDE 2, might make it to 3 by that point. I don't know. Getting ourselves into now June. June is going to be my first new track of the year. So with NASA Southeast, I'm going down to Road Atlanta. I've kind of put off going to Road Atlanta for a hot bit, just because there are a couple spots there that it's especially coming off the last turn into the start finish. If you mess up there, there's a wall on the other side of the track, and it's not a soft wall. So anyways, getting over some of those fears, and it's a new track. It's a phenomenal track, and I think it would be a lot of fun to go. I have no delusions that I'm going to be extremely slow and extremely conservative, being that, one, I haven't been to it in real life, and two, it's a hard track. Anyways, gets myself into now July, meat of the summer. Summers down here in the Southeast are really not that fun, especially for track temperatures. So I'm actually going up to Connecticut, again with NASA, but this would be NASA Northeast, and I'm going up to Lime Rock Park. For a long time I wanted to go up there. It's really far. The car doesn't have a spare tire, so I'm not driving this that far. But I'll have a truck and trailer now, so now I can do that. Probably take myself a day and a half to get up there, and a day and a half to come back, and then have the weekend to drive. So Lime Rock Park in beginning of July. Getting into September, that's going to be where it's going to start to pick up a little bit more. I'm actually going to be doing a back-to-back event. So I'll be going to Summit Point with NASA in West Virginia. And then while I'm already most of the way to Pittsburgh, I'm going to then go ahead and do a Monday, Tuesday event with SCDA at Pitt Race. I'm not sure if the car is going to be doing a double duty at Pitt Race. I've got a buddy who lives in Pittsburgh. He's keen to do it, but I've got to figure out if I can easily and quickly change the seating position, or just change the passenger seat with the driver's seat and use that as our quick change. Since I've got a fair bit longer legs than him, he's got a fair bit longer torso, so his seating position needs to be changed pretty drastically for him to drive. But anyways, I'll be leaving Raleigh area on Friday, driving up to Summit Point. It's like 5.5 hours, maybe 6, depending on traffic. Staying there Saturday and Sunday, and Sunday afternoon after the last session, I'm gonna drive truck and trailer back up to Pittsburgh, be there Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday drive home. So it's gonna be about a week gone total. October, I'm not sure what they're calling it this year, but there's another event at VIR with NASA Mid-Atlantic, and I will be going to that one. I do love running in October. The weather's great. Don't have to worry about sweating my tail off too much, and in the mornings it's still nice and cool. And the last event is going to be Summit Point again. So I'll be doing Summit Point twice this year. Summit Point would be the third new track of the year, and then I'll be closing it out, doing it a second time. Makes it a little bit easier to go to Summit Point just because my in-laws live like 30 minutes from the track. So that could be easy, especially if there's an oopsies or an uh-oh. I can have a little bit of extra security blanket up there. Got it. Now, what are the actual locations that I'm going to be going to? Like, what are my tangible or soft skills that I'm trying to gain in 2025? Well, first and foremost, safety. Being safe in the car, and also becoming a safer driver on track. As how will I get there? Car control and confidence. Being able to look at new tracks online, watch some videos, do some lead follows, grab a local instructor, whatever it might be. to make sure that I learn the track in a safe way and I can start coming up to speed in a safe way as well. Pace is really kind of third on my list of things that I want to be able to achieve. Like at VIR, my home track, where I've got 8 or so events, 7 or 8 events, I would love to get the car into like the 212s, which is currently like 6 seconds off pace right now. I do think it's pretty doable, especially what the car has in it. I think the car has like a 208 in stock form. I just have to be able to have the confidence to take each of the turns that I need to at the speed that I should. Right now I coast a fair bit, and that's where I mentioned earlier about having a coach come with me. And then last item on 2025 is to put myself in positions that aren't in my comfort zone, so to speak, just to help push the boundary a little bit, but in a safe way. Autocross has been something that I've stayed away from for this car, just because I have the fear that if the clutch ends up having an issue or whatever else, like changing the clutch on this car is not an enjoyable task. So I've been kind of staying away from doing anything hard launches or anything of that nature. But it is one of the safest and easiest ways to improve car control. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do at least 1 or 2 autocross events, try to make some new friends on track and at autocross, and that's really what I'm planning to do this year. Hopefully the car doesn't have any mechanical issues, so I can spend all the time just going over things and trying to improve and not having to fix a mistake from something that I did that I honestly shouldn't have done. But yeah, that's kind of the plan for 2025. Yeah. That's a fair bit of me just talking straight to the camera, but if you've made it this far, I do truly appreciate you watching the videos, whether you're my family members or if you're friends or just random people on the internet. Your time is appreciated, your time is valued, and please let me know if there's any particular type of content that you'd like to see or like to have me discuss. That being said, we'll see you in the next one, and have a good day.